boyfriend's sister were transformed into a tale of hope, grief, and love. And it is not coming on yet. There we go. So this is the book, A Young Love, Murder in Texas. It's the story of Helen Anazesh, who is my great-great-aunt, and Erwin Wilhelm Morris. I guess that's how you pronounce his name, because in newspaper accounts of this event, it was spelled quite differently, putting more O's in there, like it's the phonetic pronunciation, but anyway. But my great-great-grandfather, it was Johann Zesch, or Czech. We pronounced it Czech growing up, and sometimes I see it spelled as Czech, with the CZ instead of the ZS. The story is augmented with additional family letters, pictures, newspaper, church records, and other documents that provided a rich history of this time of a Windisch family, immigrant family, that immigrated from Germany in 1870 to make a life on the Texas prairie in Lee County. So this is all a Lee County story, although later on there is a little bit of a Vernon connection. So the protagonist in this story, and I wanted to frame it around how did this book kind of be put together? Because that was I would think for people in a genealogy society, you want to know, how do you do this? I mean, the story's interesting, but how did it come about? So to start with, I want to read a little bit from the book. This is from Charles Doobie, president of the Texas Windisch Sorbish History Society Museum in Giddings, Texas. He wrote a preface to this book. And Chuck Doobie is a distant cousin of mine because Johann Zesch is both of our great-great-grandfather, but different wives. I'm from the first wife's family, he's from the second wife's family, and how these things says, "Look at what we received in the mail today at the Windisch Museum." With these words, my wife Vivian laid out in front of me a small book, Moored in Texas, that opened a window into the fascinating life of my great-grandfather, Johann Zesch, his daughter Helena, a young Wilhelm Morris, of whose murder I heard about as a young boy, and the community of the Winds and Sorbs who migrated from Germany to Texas in the mid to late 1800s. I knew little of my great-grandfather, Johann. We have a picture of him as a rather gaunt old man sometime before his death in 1928. Goes on and talks about this. But, this book came into their possession from Germany, but it was titled Moored in Texas. And what they did, the protagonist